how to pass the exam. Supply. Let me clear your doubt, it's not. If I tell you, I have met one of the most respected professors in my college where he had gone through supply exam and he is a very successful dentist right now. Tell me one thing, when you were in school and you got a very bad marks or even if you fail, does that matter to you right now? It doesn't, because it was a miniature of the bigger pictures. It's about living the life, not just barely survive. Hi guys, welcome back to It's Puja Mahapatra, and in today's video, as I've posted, I will be talking about fear and anxiety. Without further ado, let's begin. Fear is something in which we cannot see ourselves achieving that particular goal in the future. And it also means that our present situation is perfectly alright. It's just the future where we cannot see ourselves achieving our goals. So there are three pictures, okay? The first picture is pass, the second picture is supply, and the third picture is getting honors. And I don't think if you're confident enough for the third picture, you are going to see this video. How to pass the exam. These are the things you must know, and this will help you pass any exam in your real life. This is again subdivided into classroom, preclinics / clinics, and the exam paper itself. So if we talk about the classroom and the clinics or preclinics, attendance is holding an extremely superior position. Have you ever heard of face value? First, the attendance is important because the professors who are teaching us knows that this student is attending my class. Second is taking part in the cultural activities in your college, dancing, singing, and reciting or anything. Then there comes poster competition which happens in dental colleges. There is sports, there is also committees that are divided, and there are committee heads as well. So taking part into college things will increase your face value. In clinics or preclinics, I get a lot of questions that I am unable to complete the task and we're not getting the signatures. But trust me, trying helps a lot. If you keep on trying, if you keep on bothering the teacher that I'm trying, but maybe I'm not able to, but I'm still trying, that increases the face value because the teacher is seeing you performing the work again and again, and that matters. Let's come to the exam paper. So I have talked to a lot of my juniors. Many of them are not even bothered to draw the margin. Are we in school? But yeah, it matters. Your presentation matters, and it matters throughout your career. How you present yourself, it does matters, guys. So in this case, we get the exam paper, like the final exam paper. It has a lot of paper, okay? What happens is drawing this much amount of margin is sometimes not possible if you don't know this. What I did was, the exam paper was given 5 minutes or 10 minutes before you get the question paper. So what I did, I folded the paper, like the entire set, and then I get the shadows of all the margins and I start drawing all the margins. And it is not like one or two margins. I draw all the 4 margins every single time within those 5 to 10 minutes, and it's completed. And what it does is it decreases your paper size. So if you don't have a margin and if you're writing only this much, it shows that you don't know anything and you're just trying to write. But if you have bigger margins and your paper looks small, so if you increase your handwriting a little more, then also you draw a diagram on the other side, there will be much more amount of paper that is required to write and to draw. So of course that decreases the size of the paper and increases the amount of writing, and that creates an illusion that I have filled the paper. Second point, please don't draw margin or draw the diagram with pen. Please never do that. Use a pencil. This is a very difficult thing because I myself could not achieve it till my final year. So this is just a tip. If you can follow it, then it's great, but if you can't, that's also fine, but I'm still gonna give it. When you start writing your exam, it should be always like the heading should be given initially. Like you begin with intro and give an arrow and then write definition. If it's DM, then you write about the advantages, then arrow, and then disadvantages. Pharma, then you can write indications, contraindications, and then the conclusion. So there creates a portion where you are making the examiner understand that these are the topics I'm gonna write about, and that makes a huge change in the mindset of the examiner, because he has to or she has to check a lot of papers. But if you give an intro, like it's kind of a reel or a shorts, you just give the whole entire thing in a small box and done. This 2 lines will define that you have included all those things, and that creates a good impression. Third point, with the diagram, as I said, use pencil only, but don't keep the diagram just like that. You mark it all the portion. The most important part is, please write figure and then write about what is the topic, what you are trying to imply in that. Is that a histology diagram? Histology of what? Anatomy of what? That is very important. So never forget to write figure and then what you are drawing. The next thing is never leaving a single question. Mark my words, don't ever try to leave a single question even if you don't know. Please write something. Please write even if you know something else, even if you know something related to that topic. Don't ever keep your paper white. That clearly demarcates a field. Okay, so never do that. In West Bengal Health University, we have long questions given, and then we have short questions, and then we have MCQs in group A, and similarly in group B. So what I personally did was, can vary because it was my choice to do it, and you can do whatever. But during final years, I was very much aware of how I'm writing. Like, I did not shuffle any question or any groups, okay, that I kept in mind, because again, presentation is important even if you know less. So what I did was, I wrote group A, okay, in a bold letters, and then I started with all the short questions, because we have to do 5 short questions. So I did all the short questions of group A, and then what I did was, I went to group B and I wrote group B, and I started with that short questions. Okay, then what I did was, I wrote group A long question number 1 or 2, and then I started writing the long question of group A, and then group B long question 1. And at the end, I always made sure that both the MCQs were intact, like group A 1 2 3 4 5, and then group B 1 2 3 4 5. So we what we do in MCQs, right? It's all about hall collection. I always have this mindset of writing group A 1 2 3 4. The numbers should be correct, like 3 1 2 3 4 5, and group B 6 1 2 3 4 5. So like this, if you write, and in the end of the exam, you can still grab the moment and write your answer, because MCQs are important. It is scoring, right? So this is how you can like do it. I had done in my entire UG. One thing I can clearly say you, if you have not read anything the day before your viva, please just read your question paper. Go through your question paper. Please do that. Most of us don't do that. Okay, we just, I don't know, we just feel lazy or something. We don't ever do that, or maybe we think the examiner will not ask. But here is the twist: if you can't answer anything, they will ask you from the question paper. You will be able to answer, and there are 2 things. Okay, the examiner has the question paper. Which of the following you haven't answered? Now, it can be like you have not read the part that you haven't answered in the exam, in your theory exam. So you don't need to be extremely honest. So just tell that this one I haven't answered, but you know that you have answered it in the exam and you know the answer, so you will be able to answer him. It's your decision. Am I clear? Now the second part, the examiner has the question paper. Now, for example, I in my final year, when I was giving my perio viva, the examiner had my answer sheet, and he was going through and he saw that I have written everything, and there was a few points that were missing, and I knew that. So I had gone through it, and he asked me, tell me this, and I was able to answer, and he was fine with it. So use your brain, please, here, and you don't need to be completely honest about everything. It's like you need to, it's a war, you need to just fight and get back to your homeland. So you have to answer, you have to pass. That mindset should be there. You should not feel that, no, I will not be able to answer anything and I will fail. That will come. But when you are sitting, you must have that mindset. Whatever it will be, I will be able to answer. Even not all, but few I can answer. I have to open my mouth. There is another tactics that you can use, that is using keywords. Like, there are questions and conservative factors affecting resistance form, retention form. So you can end it with enameloplasty, and you can like just end it with the keyword enameloplasty, and the examiner will ask you, oh, enameloplasty, what is that? So you will be able to answer the second question as well. So you just increase the amount of your answer and end it with the topic that you know that you can answer in the second or third question. So that helps. Now let's talk about the second set, that is supply. Oh my gosh, supply, it's very bad. You are a loser. Let me clear your doubt. It's not. It's not, because there are various reasons that depends and that increases the chances of your supply. Okay. I have seen people getting honors and still getting supply in another subject. I have seen people getting supply for silly reasons, and I've seen people who haven't studied anything, whatever I said before, like not leaving questions and drawing margins, diagrams, attendance, have not followed it and got the supply. So there are various amount of reasons that depends. But let me clear you one thing, the way you look at supply, because when we are in first, second, third year, like mostly in the first, second year, we feel so much ashamed of getting a supply, because first it was neat, now it's again a supply, even after getting college, even after getting a dental college. So I know how you feel. Trust me, it's not the end of the world. Now, if I tell you, I have met one of the most respected professors in my college, where he had gone through supply exam due to some reasons, and he has shared this story with us, and he has also shared how he don't want any other person to get supply because it devastates them. Okay, and he is a very successful dentist right now, but he had supply, and it was not a big deal for him to achieve this position right now. And how does it happen? Again, it's a choice where you don't give up, and a choice where you feel that everything ends and I'm not gonna try again because of a single rejection. Now, this dilemma I have seen in people not coming from a medical background is much more than people who have a medical background. I have seen people who don't have a medical background, the family members are always like poking, how can you get a supply? It's a fail. And that's the end. But it's actually not. Let me share you a story about me and my eye doctor. We do share a lot of stories with each other, and he's very senior, very much senior, and my family also goes to his clinic. And the thing is, I shared my college life stories with him, and he said, you know what? I had a friend. She got a supply in pathology, and right now she is a MD in pathology. She has done her MD and she is a pathologist right now. And she had a supply on that. It just doesn't matter. The more you grow, you will understand these things doesn't matter. Tell me one thing, when you are in school and you got a very bad marks, or even if you fail, does that matter to you right now? It doesn't, because it was a miniature of the bigger picture. So these things will keep on happening. Now you cannot stop everything happening because everything has a consequences. So the thing is, we cannot control everything, but at least we can control how we think, how we go through our life process. It's about living the life, not just barely surviving. It is not your fault, because our society has created this thing of, if you are a failure, nobody talks about it. But suddenly if you are successful, those people will say, wow, he has done a great job, but those person don't see how much you have struggled. That's how our society is. So let's not be our society in our generation. Let's create this change of not be a bully, not be somebody whom we hated in our childhood, right? So be the change. Right now, for the people in first, second, third, final year, I will just tell them to just wake up, okay, have your food, go to college, do your stuff, don't need to post, just do your own work, keep your personal things private, stop those habits that makes you feel bad. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So keep it private. Once you get the hold of you, because this college life will break you, complete your college life, you will find yourself, you will find, okay, so this is me, I like these things and I don't like these things. This is my opinion and this is not. And this is how college life is. It will make you meet yourself. Do let me know which part or what concept do you like the most in the comment section below. If you want some other videos, do let me know in the comment section. I can say that I'm still not a pro in everything, but I learn from my mistake, and that is so important. Failing is fine. Failing is fine for me right now, but not repeating the same mistake again and again is what I have learned. And it's completely fine if you had a supply or if you just passed the exam. It's fine. It's completely fine, because life does not work what we were taught in school. It's something else, and it's some things which you explore every single day in your life. So I will say thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.